I get it. And when I say I get it, I mean that I get that Marvel Studios gets it. And that's really important. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Cosmic Crew. Thanks for stopping by the channel for the last day of 2025. And since it is the last day of 2025, I wanted to, one, say thank you to everybody who has supported the channel this year because it's been a really incredible year. I haven't felt the hype for Marvel like this pretty much since Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. But now going into 2026, just tomorrow, I think it's about to be one of the best years and possibly the best year ever for us Marvel fans and for Marvel Studios themselves. And the reason I think so is because, like I said, I think Marvel understands what the fans want, and that is important. And along with that comes the understanding of characters and what the movie needs to be. And I think actually Marvel Studios understands three kind of main, really important points of what they have to do to make sure this movie is absolutely incredible. So the first thing that I think they really need to understand, that they do understand, because they have said that, they read stuff online. They watch videos, they see theories, they see comments and criticism. So they've been hearing everything that everybody's been saying since Phase 4. So what they do understand now is that Avengers Doomsday is going to be make or break for some fans. Some people, if Avengers Doomsday is not absolutely incredible, are not going to really be Marvel fans anymore. Now, look, there are people like me, and I'm sure like a lot of you watching as well, that I'm always going to be a Marvel fan. I grew up watching the animated show, reading comics. I'm always going to be a Marvel fan. It has just a place in my heart. Obviously, this is what I do. They could make 10 projects that are all crap, and I'm still showing up for the 11th one in hopes that it's going to be great, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I am one of those people who think it's been a roller coaster since Endgame. I think we've gotten some great projects, some amazing projects, like Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings has become one of my all-time favorite Marvel movies. That came after Endgame. And then you have some okay projects, some good ones, not great, but good ones. And then you have some that I think are genuinely bad. I don't hate Marvel because of it, but they produced a lot. Some was subpar, and there was a lot that was really good. But they understand that I think a lot of fans feel this way. So they have to make sure this movie is on all accounts amazing. And what I mean by that is this cannot be a good movie. It can't even be a great movie. It has to be above that. It has to ascend above great. This is the first Avengers movie we've gotten since Endgame. And they're throwing in Doctor Doom, which we're about to talk about because that's also a very important part. But a lot of people are curious about it. But it's an Avengers movie. It has to be nothing less than amazing, phenomenal, whatever you want to call it, but it has to be better than great, or they're going to lose fans, right? They're already losing some fans because they think they put out too much. They're not going to watch every Disney Plus show. They're not going to watch everything in the theaters. And if this movie doesn't meet their expectations or goes beyond them, then they're going to watch less and less. And they're going to lose a decent chunk of their fandom, I think. Again, I'm always here for it, but let me know how you feel. If Avengers Doomsday is less than amazing, if it's less than great, or if it's just great, where do you stand on that? How do you feel about it? So they understand that it's going to be make or break for some fans. And luckily, some fans are coming around because I've been seeing comments like this. I'm just as excited for this as I was Infinity War, which is big. And I think I'm there too. I'm incredibly excited about this, especially with the X-Men returning, which we're going to get to, don't worry. I am just as excited. Another one says, I didn't think the hype could match Infinity War / Endgame, but it does. Another one says, the hype for Infinity War and Endgame was so crazy, I don't think anything can match it, but this is coming close. And keep in mind, we're a year away. And that's a really great point. We're a year away, and the hype is already getting crazy big. And luckily for us, it sounds like the movie's going to be fantastic. This is what Tom Hiddleston just recently said yesterday. My contribution has been contributed. And it is monumental, he says. Monumental. The center of the story is absolutely brilliant and was so surprising when I read it. It just has never been done before. And that's not the first time that we've actually heard one of the cast members say this story has never been done before. And if you think about the whole multiversal element, yeah, like for movies, specifically with superheroes, right? Because you've had movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, but all automatically, like, heroes coming from different universes and universes colliding into each other, just the whole concept of Secret Wars and time runs out, the stories from the comics. Yeah, that's never been done before. But going into how this movie becomes amazing is the buildup, which is point number two. And the buildup is important because that is actually a big thing that contributed to Infinity War and Endgame being so big, because Marvel, throughout the Infinity Saga, had built up the Infinity Stones and Thanos, right? Two different things. A lot of people are like, oh, Thanos was built up, and some people are like, well, he wasn't built up that much. He was in a few post-credit scenes. But keep in mind, with Thanos came the Infinity Stones, and they were built up pretty well. And the one of the biggest problems I think a lot of fans have said is that there just hasn't been any build up for Doom, which is kind of true, at least as we can see so far, because it's very clear at this point in time, based on everything we've heard, that the Russo brothers do have a very specific plan. They're connecting it to Endgame, but of course it's obviously going to connect to everything that's happened since Endgame, and they're going to tie Doctor Doom into the story in a really great way, but we'll get to that in just a bit. But as far as the buildup is concerned, why it was so good for Infinity War and Endgame was because of that buildup, and we don't have any for Doom. The Russo brothers understand that. They understand that Doom came out of nowhere, and people are worried about that. But with all of these clips that we're getting so far, I call them clips, but it's really the teaser trailers that we've been seeing. They understand that they are using these teaser trailers, these clips, these scenes to kind of bridge the gap here for the lack of buildup to Doom, for the lack of buildup to this monumental movie, because we just got the X-Men trailer leaked this week and it is amazing. And it's like not much. We're not really seeing much. Just like the 2-second clip of Cyclops is like mind blowing because they got it right. So these clips are showing us that they're getting the characters right, but also we just heard we're going to get a 5th trailer and we're a year away. That's the big thing. We're a year away and we're already getting so much, and we're going to get so much more. So they understand totally the buildup was not there. It hasn't been there, but it's going to be there because they're making it. They're doing the buildup now. It's being built up in a way that we have never seen before. So not only is the story something that's never done before, but the marketing for it and the buildup, that's all part of it. That contributes to how you feel when you watch it and how good you think it is. So they're doing something that has never been done before. The teasers are crazy, and they're not even teasers for the movie, really. I mean, they are, but they're really teasers for the teaser trailer, for when we get the official teaser trailer, which I think is brilliant because I think the trailer is going to break the internet, much like, Endgame and Infinity War did. So, yeah, I think these clips that they're putting out are recapturing fans who might have gone astray and are capturing the casual fans once again, and new fans as well. I definitely think so. So, the other thing to the buildup is that this movie it's haven't been built up since 2000, since the X-Men movies, right? I mean, we're hearing Tobey Maguire is going to return. Deadpool and Wolverine returned, right? I mean, James Marsden is returning, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen. I mean, it could even go before that. Blade came out in 1998, and we just saw Wesley Snipes back in Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, this movie, the buildup to this movie has started since 1998, possibly even before, depending on who they get to return. That's actually a crazy big buildup. And with the clips and scenes that they've been showing us, they're reminding us of that. They're reminding us, hey, especially with the X-Men one coming, hey, it's not just what you have seen in the recent years, not even what you've seen since Iron Man. It's before that too. It's kind of everything from Marvel coming together. That's the buildup. But on top of that, they're kind of giving us like post-credit scenes with these clips. It's kind of really cool and kind of really working, in my opinion, at least. I mean, that going into the third point now is that the characters and individual roles and their individual stories have to be done exceptionally. Like, again, nothing less than amazing. But they've showed us already that they can do that. They've shown us that. The footage that we've seen is peak. Now, the Steve Rogers one, some people thought it was a little underwhelming. I get that. But basically, what they're doing is they're teasing us. Like, hey, he's coming back. And it's kind of like a different Steve, too. It's the same one from Endgame, but he's a father now. So there's more at risk for him. He's a father and a husband. So it's not just the multiverse at stake, but it's specifically now his family, which I think adds just so much more depth to the character. But then going into the Thor trailer, Thor is so different than what we saw from Thor Love and Thunder. And this is key. The Russo brothers have to understand how these characters need to be portrayed. And so far from what they've shown us, they've crushed it, because Thor now is serious. He is mature. He has grown. It's like he's ascended. And I think the Russos are going to do that with all the characters that we see in Doomsday. And there's a lot of characters in Doomsday. I think we're seeing just a Thor that has grown so much, and that comes from being a father. His prayer in that trailer is so poetic, and it shows us just how far he's come. And I actually think Thor could stick around for a really long time, even after Secret Wars, and kind of be the new All-Father, kind of taking Odin's spot. And a new Thor comes in, I think. But Thor is, they don't reference him as to, like, he's not Thor anymore. He's the All-Father, right? And then we have a new Thor. I think that would be really cool, because I think Chris Hemsworth would do that for a while. I really actually do, till he's 90, right? Till you're 90. I mean, Hugh and Tobey Maguire are proving that they will keep them until they're 90. But it just shows that the Russo brothers know how to handle the characters. And then the X-Men trailer. I mean, most of it wasn't even clips of characters, and we got a real brief clip of Professor X and Magneto and the part where they're holding hands and playing chess. I just love that, because I do think that shows they do know the characters and their relationships with each other. And keep in mind, we don't know like the story of what happened in this universe. The X-Mansion seems really empty, but just the relationship between Charles and Eric, I love it. And then we get just like, it's like less than 2 seconds, I think, this clip of Cyclops, 2-second clip of Cyclops. Just seeing his comic accurate uniform, you're just like, peak. But then he takes off the visor, shoots the optic blast into the air, screams, Sentinel walking in the background. You look at this and you go, okay, the Russo brothers did it. They've nailed Cyclops. They've nailed the X-Men. They've nailed the look of everything. They're clearly nailing the characters. They clearly understand what needs to be done for this movie. And I think with all of this, making sure it's just all amazing, but also giving the fans what we want and need with the buildup and with these kind of clips that are bridging the gaps, like they're making sure every single little piece is in place to make sure this movie is amazing. So going into 2026, I really am just more excited than I've been in a really long time. I do actually think I could possibly, I'm starting to get more excited than I was for Infinity War and Endgame, just because the X-Men are now included in this and the Fantastic Four. And it's just such a big collision of so many different things from Marvel. It really can be just the perfect Marvel love story to the fans and to its own property, right? We know Kevin Feige loves Marvel and everything. So it's a love story to the fans, a love story to the characters, a love story to Marvel itself, to superhero films, and to film in general. Because to me, these are the best movies ever. These are my favorite movies. So, and Lord of the Rings, people know that. But I am just more excited than ever. And I wanted to just talk about that going into 2026, because I think this could be the best year ever so far that we could get from Marvel. I hope so. Like I said, it seems like they have everything in place to make it happen. But I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. Where are you at? Genuinely, where are you at? Are you super hyped? Do you think it's going to be amazing? Are you still very cautious about it and not sold yet? Which I totally get. Not everybody is as gung-ho as I am, and I totally understand that. I am a big nerd, obviously, when it comes to this. Or are you like in the middle? You're really hyped and you think it's going to be good, but you're ready to be blown away? Or are you just reserving your judgment so you're not disappointed? Let me know. And again, thank you so much for everything for 2025. And if you've been just however long you've been following me, whether it's just today from this video or if it's been years, thank you so much. I really do love you all. I really do appreciate it all. I really do love this community. It's just been, I found like my place here. And I know it sounds kind of cheesy to say, but that's really how it is. I mean, I do this every day. You're here. So thank you. Hope you have a great night. Be safe. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's Eve. And yeah, let's get this in 2026. If you want to join the journey, be sure to subscribe. We're going to be just talking about it so much. It's all we're going to be talking about. And of course, Spider-Man and everything else, right? So if you want to join, subscribe, give this video a like, and you can find us on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And we'll catch you in 2026. Woof, woof.